Utazi, Okazi, Uziza, Flo, which one do I use? How can I tell these vegetables apart? They confuse the hell out of me. Understandably so, they sound alike. Each has 5 letters in the word amongst other things. But not to worry, by the end of this video, I'll hopefully sort out that confusion. There's a method to this madness. I have tricks for how I tell them apart, which I'll share in this video. As always, every second in this video contains valuable information. So please, no skipping. Make sure you watch till the end before asking me any questions. I answer all questions except the ones I've already answered in the video. I'll start with Utazi. It's the heart-shaped bitter one. What a contradiction. It shows you love, but the heart is bitter. Madre mia. Do you have anybody that is an Utazi in your life? Let me know in the comments. Growing up, the trick I used to remember it is that out of the 3 vegetables, it's the only one with a T in the name. And bitter has a T in the word, heart has a T in the word. Utazi. Bitter heart. Use it in ofensala, isiewu, nkwobi, even abacha sometimes. I prefer garden egg leaves in my abacha. But some people prefer Utazi in their abacha. Even though Utazi is bitter, it is not as bitter as fresh bitter leaves. It's a slight bitterness that works well with these recipes we add Utazi to. The best alternative to Utazi is baby spinach, with emphasis on baby. You can use mature spinach, but baby spinach is better. Baby spinach has the same texture as Utazi. It's not necessarily bitter like Utazi, but when you add it to isiewu or nkwobi, you will be teleported back to Nigeria, osbo. The second one is Okazi or Okazi, depending on the Igbo dialect. It's known as afang in Efik Ibibio states. What do you call it in your state? Okazi is the tasteless one out of all the 3 vegetables. I call it the confused vegetable because 1, it has more than 1 Igbo name, and 2, it could not make up its mind on a taste. Yeah, it can't choose a taste for itself. So yeah, I call it the confused one. The trick I used to remember Okazi is that out of the 3 vegetables, it's the only one with a K in its name, and you pronounce confused with the K sound. Remember, it's the confused tasteless one. In Anambra State, we don't use Okazi. Yeah, I don't remember any recipe, any specific Anambra recipe that we use Okazi in. Anambra people, Anambrarians, help me out here. Is there a recipe that we use Okazi in? I grew up in Enugu, and then it was also Imo and Abia people that I saw using Okazi in their meals. Enugu and Ebonyi State people, do you use it? Do you? Let me know in the comments. In Efik Ibibio State, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, they use it in afang soup, obviously, and abak atama. These are the 2 I know. Any other recipes, my Efik Ibibio people, any other recipes you use afang in, let me know in the comments. So what are the best alternatives to Okazi? Okazi has no alternatives, plain and simple. It is much harder than your average vegetable like ogo, green amaranth, spinach, but it is not as hard as bay leaves. So yeah, somewhere in between the soft vegetables and bay leaves, that's where you'll find Okazi. And finally, the most exciting of all of them, Uziza. I like that name, it's sexy. Uziza is oval-shaped, just like Okazi, but the difference is that Uziza is spicy. All these vegetables have at least 1 Z in its name, but it is only Uziza that has 2 Z's, 2 Z's. And I strongly believe that it got the double Z from the zing, the spiciness. This is what I use to match the name to the leaf. So how do we use Uziza? Uziza is a great addition to Oha soup or Ora soup and Egusi soup. So yeah, you add Uziza leaves in addition to Oha leaves in Oha soup. And you add Uziza leaves in addition to Ogo or bitter leaves in Egusi soup. My mother-in-law has Uziza plants growing in her backyard. Look at it climbing the tree. See, this thing here is the Uziza. Sorry about my time, Mama. But what my time I can buy hard. Chopper maybe. You see it? Look at it. Very fresh. This one is bitter leaves. This one. Bitter leaf. This one, the climbing one, that's climbing this tree. This one is the Uziza. Alright, so I'm going to get some for my egusi soup. Egusi soup bubbling over here. The soup is done. Somebody bring apple, semo, wheat, anyone you're eating. Cabbage fufu, eggplant fufu, boboti. Done. Yummy. I added Uziza and bitter leaves. That addition takes the taste of these soups from 0 to 100. Yeah, try it and let me know how it goes. Uziza is used in pepper soups, but that special pepper soup for new moms. Please do not use Uziza to prepare normal pepper soup for me. I don't like it. What you need in normal pepper soup is scent leaves, that's nchwangu, but nchwangu is in a different league from these three vegetables that I'm talking about today. So while editing, I decided to add more information for those who live outside Nigeria, because these vegetables are hard to find outside Nigeria, if at all. The usual practice is to dry these vegetables before taking them abroad. That's so year 2000. I would rather use other vegetables than use these vegetables in their dry state. As far as I'm concerned, when they are dried, all the flavor is lost, all the nutrients are gone. The meals don't even taste as good as when fresh ones are used. So for many years now, whenever I travel to Nigeria, I buy them fresh from the market. If possible, on the day I'll be traveling back, earliest the day before. Yes. This one original or this one a native? Na native. It smell well. Oh yeah, now. Show format. Show you go there. You go did you see it? 500 naira own, give me. When buying, make sure you buy the ones that have not yet been washed. When water touches them, they start going bad, so make sure water does not touch them. When I get home, I wrap them in newspapers like this. Then pack and take abroad with me. When I get to my destination, I quickly pick them, rinse and chop them. Then place in plastic bags and put in my freezer. Not just these three vegetables, I do the same for all leafy vegetables I travel abroad with. I have detailed videos on how I do all that. This way, they still retain their full flavor when I add them to my cooking. For best results, add them to whatever you're cooking while they are still in the frozen state. But if you absolutely cannot take them abroad fresh, maybe because fresh vegetables are not allowed where you live, or you live so far away from Nigeria that by the time you get there, they've all gone bad, then keep drying them because that's your only option. I'm just putting this information out there for those who can, so they know it's possible. I hope that with these few points of mine, I've succeeded in clearing up your confusion when it comes to matching these three vegetables to their respective names. Click the box here to watch all the recipes I mentioned in this video. I've done my part. Have you done your part? Have you liked this video yet? Have you shared this video yet? Bye bye. See you soon.